If I could pick one singular thing as the most essential practice for success in all things self-improvement, dating, business, career, success in general as a man, it would be semen retention. This video is not going to be discussing the science behind it or how it works or the history behind it whatsoever. All this is simply going to be is me listing out the top 10 benefits of semen retention based on my own experience and the mass hundreds of thousands of anecdotes of other men who partake in this practice that I have encountered online, who have collectively poured our results into what I have created into this list. If you do semen retention properly, you will eventually experience an increase in your baseline in all 10 of these essential benefits. So let's get into it. Number one is going to be increased drive and positive aggression. By doing semen retention, what you're doing is telling your body that you are not being reproductively successful, which is going to increase that drive, and it is really a sex drive, and allow you to channel it into things that aren't just sex or masturbation, because ideally on semen retention, you're not masturbating. You could have sex. Again, semen retention just simply means the act of retaining semen. Many people can still have sex while retaining, etc. Let's just say for this list, we're talking about just pure semen retention, which is going to be just no sex, purposeful celibacy, no masturbation, just semen retention. What that does is going to give you this pent up aggression and drive that, if done properly, especially with the knowledge and understanding of doing qigong, watch my other videos on that, will allow you to channel this drive and aggression into any goal or pursuit that you may have. Number two is sharper focus and mental clarity. In addition to this aggression and drive, you're going to be able to be much more mentally clear and sharp when you're doing tasks, whether it be related to school, business, small details. You're going to be much more focused, much less likely to be distracted or have your mind wander to other things that you don't want to be distracting you from the task at hand. It's much easier to be dialed in directly on what you need to do. Number three is grounded, unshakable confidence. If you are combining semen retention with other aspects of the method, your confidence is going to build exponentially. But no matter what, when you're on a long semen retention SR streak, you are going to be more confident than when you are off it. This is just natural. It's what happens when you do not deplete your life force. Your body is charged up with this life force, this energy, this drive that you have from not releasing, and it's going to make you feel more confident. This is the universal, most basic one that pretty much every guy experiences. There's going to be more confidence in every aspect of life. And this confidence is a pure, grounded confidence that comes internally. It does not rely on external validation or external approval. It literally comes from inside you, and that's why it's so powerful and unbreakable. Number four is extreme discipline and self-control. If you are controlling your most biological, strongest urge by doing semen retention, that is going to translate to every other aspect of your life. In addition, not getting those massive dopamine hits from releasing sexually or masturbating, you're not going to have the dopamine drop that's going to lead you to be chasing more dopamine highs to get out of that drop. I'm sure you guys have experienced, if you ever relapse on a streak, or maybe you're not doing semen retention at all, if you just jerk off, what are you going to do after that? Probably you're going to be sleepy. But if you don't go to sleep, probably go munch on some junk food, scroll mindlessly, play video games, just hop from dopamine source to dopamine source, because you're in a depleted state. When your dopamine baseline is much more regulated without those massive spikes from orgasm, you're going to be in a much better dopamine state baseline overall, and therefore it's going to be much easier to say no to those things that are going to spike your dopamine that you don't want to partake in. Number five is going to be more physical energy and strength. Semen retention in the gym and martial arts all go hand in hand. Semen retention greatly boosts you. I know when I'm in the gym, when I'm on a nice long streak, I feel so much stronger. My recovery is way better. I'm more motivated to go to the gym. I feel like with this extra energy that I need to go exert through a physical workout. With martial arts, I'm sharper. I'm better. I spar smarter. I spar better. Way better than what I would do if I had just broken a streak that day or the day before. Number six, extremely strong eye contact and masculine presence. This is another one that guys notice, especially a lot of guys who struggle with social anxiety or talking to people or just making eye contact with people in public. Semen retention is the number one way to make your eye contact better. When you're on a long streak, your eyes literally feel like Superman's lasers. Just bing, you're binging through everyone. You can look any guy in the eye any girl and not look away, make them look away first. Just your confidence in that internal just confidence in yourself makes your eye contact so strong because you have nothing to hide. You're not doing these shameful acts in the dark with your door locked at night that you don't want anyone to know about. You know that you are pure and that you're choosing all your energy for the proper things, in addition to just the natural physical jing energy that you're getting from SR is going to make your eyes glowing brightly. When I lose my streak, I can see all the light draining from my eyes. When I'm on a long streak, my eyes are glowing, radiating, and I see this goes the same way for anyone. A client gets on a call with me, I can tell if they broke their streak. I'm very attuned to this stuff, but and a lot of times other guys might not know it consciously, but you're going to be treated differently, which goes into our next positive benefit of semen retention, and that is going to be magnetic attraction from women. Now again, these are all going to be magnified from your baseline. If your baseline is that you are obese, lazy, out of shape, bad hygiene, unattractive overall, doing semen retention is not going to make girls come chasing after you. But if you've been on the method for a while, if you look decent, it's going to drastically raise you from your baseline. Even me now at this end point of the Evolve method, I noticed that me on a streak, the difference between the amount of tuning signals that I get from women in the gym, out in public, girls smile at me or look at me, etc., is massively affected by my semen retention streak. If I'm at a week, 2, 3 weeks, especially, or more, I feel like a magnet. If I'm constantly ejaculating, even if it's during sex, not masturbation, it's way less, like less than 10% of what it would be on a streak. So this is one of the main reasons guys do semen retention is female attraction. And again, everything in this list is going to be not only what I experience, but what everyone in general experiences on semen retention. Going along with the attraction from women takes us into our next benefit. Number 8, more respect from men and even intimidation. Respect and intimidation kind of go a little hand in hand. If you respect somebody, you are going to be a little more intimidated by them. And what this does is it either causes men to be very polarized to you. Either they're going to be very susceptible to you. When they see you, they're going to be smiled. When I'm on a long streak, I've had guys who I don't even know in the gym be like, hey, what's up, man? And dap me up like we've been homies for a long time. It's crazy the way people actually act around you or towards you when you're on a long streak. You also get guys who are more intimidated by you and might hate you a little more when you're on a long streak. You're just so energetic, you're powerful, radiating this energy that people got to either love you or hate you, that you can't just pass by because you're going to be seen. So that's a little pro and con also. Slight con because some men might feel threatened by you and not like you, hate you, etc. But don't let that affect you guys, because the dudes that are going to act that way towards you or feel that way towards you, they're coming from lack themselves. The guys who are also building, who also have positive vibes, they're going to love your energy when you're on a long streak. Number 9 benefit of semen retention is going to be increased motivation to specifically increase your wealth and status, rather than just mindlessly chasing dopamine things. When you're constantly relapsing, a lot of times your main motivation is going to be sex or dopamine in general. Girls, right? How do I get laid? How do I get these girls? What you find is on a long streak, despite you getting better attraction from women, you're going to care about their validation less. You're going to care about getting with them less. You're going to care more about things that are going to lead to your long-term success, money, wealth, etc. This just naturally happens. When I'm on a longer streak, I'm way more dialed in on business, building money, etc., rather than just sex. And number 10, which is probably the most abstract and the craziest one, and leads to the craziest types of things, but for myself, anyone who has been on semen retention for a while, it is undeniable. And that benefit is massively increased luck. Yes, your luck will be massively boosted on semen retention. It's almost like the universe aligns with you. The amount of crazy lucky things that I have felt happen to me and seen happen to me while I was on a long SR streak is actually crazy. I remember being on a long streak and literally miraculous after miraculous thing would be happening to me. And the whole time I knew it was because of my SR streak. And then meanwhile, I'm constantly relapsing. It's just like worst month of business of all time. Bad relationship with girl, etc. Just compounds. Bad luck. Get pulled over by a cop. Running late for something. Something happens to your car, etc. All these little things that don't need to happen will happen. Whereas when you're on SR, all the things that you wouldn't even expect to happen will happen to you that are massively beneficial. Now, is this all the time in every single case? No, of course. But undeniably, with this one, and along with all the previous ones I mentioned, guys, if you don't believe me, go on Reddit. Go to the semen retention subreddits, mainly r/semen retention and r/pure retention. Both of those are semen retention subreddits. Pure retention is more A little more spiritual about full purity. Semen retention subreddit is more it's like the act of not releasing. Some guys in there like they hook up with girls because they're not as like pure in general. But both are great subreddits. And search up for these benefits that I told you guys in this video, and you will see time and time again, or just look up lists of benefits on those subreddits, and people will say the exact same things that I'm telling you, and you will see story after story after story of these wild things that are happening. It's just so much of a mass anecdote coincidence that it can't be coincidence, is what I mean. It's so much mass anecdotes and patterns over and over again that it's just not a coincidence. Anyone who actually understands and has experienced semen retention will advocate for this entire list that I'm giving to you guys here. The people who are detractors would say, no, that's bullshit, etc. Those guys probably are not on semen retention streaks, and so they want to keep their addictions to porn. And again, if you're addicted to porn, it's tough. As a man, succumbing to lust, masturbation, breaking your semen retention streak, etc. happens all the time. Happens to me. Okay, happens to everyone. It's not something to be ashamed of. But what you at least need to do is acknowledge that we should try to avoid it. But the guys who try to say it's a good thing, it's healthy for them, etc., those are the guys who are going to hate this video, hate what I'm saying. I hope that's not you. If you're someone who is just hearing about this stuff for the first time, maybe you never heard of semen retention before, put a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Ask any questions. I will respond. If you guys are experienced with semen retention, let me know which one of these you agree with, and let me know any other aspects of semen retention that I did not list in this top 10 list, because there's so many. I can make a top 50 list, get really specific, that you guys have experienced on your journeys. As always, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe for truth. Peace.